Good evening and welcome to the news. I'm Dinesh Rentle. Here are today's top stories. India and Bangladesh start bilateral trade in rupees, move to cut their reliance on the American currency. Meghalaya government signs MOUs with NTPC to uplift power infrastructure in state. Chief Minister Conrad Sangma says MOUs will go a long way in improving the overall power scenario of the state. Meghalaya government to fill up over 1,200 posts in government LP schools. Education Minister Rakam A. Sangma says advertisement to be released on July 14th. And East Khasi Hills District Administration orders all shops and eateries in Shillong to shut by 10 p.m. Order to come into force from tomorrow. The news in detail. India and Bangladesh have started bilateral trade in rupees. It was launched at an event jointly organized by Bangladesh Bank and the High Commission of India in Dhaka today. From today onwards, India and Bangladesh will trade in Indian rupees alongside the usual transaction method in US dollars, said Pranay Verma, Indian High Commissioner in Dhaka. Trade settlement through Indian rupees will only apply to export amounts from Bangladesh, while the rest of the imports from India will be settled in US dollars, said Verma. The development is significant for Meghalaya as it has several border huts along the Bangladesh border. The 20th GST Council meeting today deliberated on a host of issues including taxation of online gaming, definition of utility vehicles and tightening of norms for registration and claiming of ITC. At the beginning of the meeting taking place in the national capital, Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman released a short film titled GST Council 50 Steps Towards a Journey. The group of ministers have reportedly agreed that 28% of GST should be levied on online gaming, horse racing and casinos. The government of Meghalaya and NTPC Limited, a leading energy conglomerate, have signed a series of memorandum of understanding aimed at enhancing the power scenario in Meghalaya. The signing ceremony took place at New Delhi in the presence of Chief Minister Conrad K. Sangma, Power Minister Abu Tahir Mondal, Gurdeep Singh, Chairman and Managing Director of NTPC Limited, and Sanjay Goyal, CMD, MEECL. The Chief Minister expressed his optimism about the collaboration, stating that the signing of the MOU will go a long way in improving the overall power scenario of the state. The government's commitment to improve power connectivity in Meghalaya is reflected in these positive interventions, he added.
Accordingly, we were discussing with NTPC, who are having all experience, knowledge and infrastructure to give an associate with us to bail out of this situation. And today we signed the memorandum. We hope that this will go in a big way as far as the power generation and distribution is concerned for the state.
Education Minister Rakam A. Sangma has informed that over 1,200 teachers' posts vacant in government LP schools in the state will be filled up at the earliest, and the advertisement for recruitment will be out on July 14th. Addressing a press conference on Monday, he said the government has decided to recruit these teachers as early as possible, and the advertisement for recruitment will be out on July 14th. Sangma added that all MTET passed candidates will be eligible for the posts.
More than 1,200 posts for the government LP school. Government LP school are vacant now. Teachers we have already MTET pass candidate. We have decided to recruit at the earliest possible the former advertisement and notification will be out on Friday. Friday is on which day? We will try to finish all this process in maximum 2 months. Maybe we will try to finish before 15 August also. But I don't know. Let's work out if that is possible. But we will finish all the process. We'll complete all the process in next 2 months.
The National Council of Educational Research and Training textbooks are set to make their debut in state schools. Speaking of the government's decision on Monday, Education Minister Rakam A. Sangma said he had recently met the chairperson of the Central Board of Secondary Education in New Delhi. He said the state has requested the CBSE to assist Education Department to introduce NCERT textbooks in schools across the state.
We met the chairperson of the CBSE in Delhi and along with his officers. And like suppose each stage is going to use the NCERT textbook in customization of our state level. Then in the CBSE pattern marking, in the evaluation and the teaching scheme, the CBSE officers will assist us, and they are promised they will be giving us some training with the best faculties of the country.
The East Khasi Hills District Administration has restricted the opening of shops, food stalls, restaurants or enterprises in and around Shillong until 10 p.m. from July 12th. In an order issued on Monday, Deputy Commissioner R.M. Kurba said the decision was taken in view of various incidents of violence that have taken place in and around the city, leading to law and order situations, particularly at night. The order was issued following a request from the Laikmkra Dorbar Shnong Pulun during their meeting with the Deputy Commissioner and Superintendent of Police, Sylvester Nongtanger, held on Monday. After the meeting, Laikmkra Rangba Shnong Andrew Jirwa told reporters that the restrictive order was necessary to prevent any untoward incident that may affect the peaceful atmosphere in the locality. And now for a look at the weather report. The maximum temperature was 23.2 degrees Celsius with the minimum temperature 19 degrees Celsius. The relative humidity in the morning was 90%, dropping to 78% in the evening with rainfall of 11.4 millimeters. The forecast tells us light to moderate rain is very likely to occur at a few places. For our viewers who missed out, here's a recap of today's top stories. India and Bangladesh start bilateral trade in rupees, move to cut their reliance on the American currency. Meghalaya government signs MOUs with NTPC to uplift power infrastructure in state. Chief Minister Conrad Sangma says MOUs will go a long way in improving the overall power scenario of the state. Meghalaya government to fill up over 1,200 posts in government LP schools. Education Minister Rakam A. Sangma says advertisement to be released on July 14th. East Khasi Hills District Administration orders all shops and eateries in Shillong to shut by 10 p.m. Order to come into force from tomorrow. That's all the news we have today. Thank you for watching. We'll be back same time tomorrow. Have a good evening.